Now, if you've ever wondered if it's safe to travel with leg swelling or lymphedema, or you felt anxious about flare-ups of swelling, or even the risk of getting an infection while you're traveling, know that you're not alone. My name is Kelly. I am a physical therapist that specializes in the lymphatic system as well as in oncology. And I've had so many patients tell me that they were considering canceling or not going on meaningful trips, sometimes even once-in-a-lifetime vacations, because they were afraid that their swelling or lymphedema would get worse and really ruin all of the hard work that they have put into managing it. And that fear is completely valid. Travel asks a lot of the lymphatic system, maybe long sitting, less movement, or maybe too much movement, different humidity levels, dehydration, stress, all of this, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go. It just means that we plan a little bit differently before you go. So today I want to share with you some very practical tips that you can use before, during, and after your travel so that you can take the trip and enjoy. So let's talk about the big things that can help. Compression is usually the biggest piece. Some people do best just wearing the regular daytime compression. Usually though, we're looking for the strongest level of compression that they already tolerate comfortably. Maybe it's a custom, maybe it's a flat neck garment, something that is fairly new and not overused. That is typically what we want to ideally wear, especially for the travel days. Now, I have a few patients who prefer bandaging when they travel, especially for those long flights, those international flights, because that contains them better. I know for some that can be really bulky and cumbersome to deal with. However, I have also found that some people can find a happy medium. Maybe they wear a thin, low profile nighttime garment, kind of like 𝐏𝐫𝐸 𝐾𝐫𝐸 that gives them a little bit more compression than just a basic daytime garment. Or they can also bring in a few rolls of bandages on their carry-on, and then if they feel like they're swelling or notice more swelling, they can also bandage over the top of that. That helps decrease the amount that they're bringing, but they have something that can help focus on bringing swelling down rather than just maintaining it like a daytime garment. So there's not one right answer, but the goal really is to think about what gives you the best containment, the best support that you tolerate day to day, that can help you decrease the amount that you swell up, and really also ideally help bring your swelling down if needed. And then another thing we want to try to focus on is movement. So getting up and getting a workout in on a flight is just not realistic, but simple movements do help because they turn that muscle pump back on, which is how that fluid moves through your body. So try a couple of these exercises every 30 to 45 minutes at least while you're sitting on a plane, on a train, or in a car. You can do ankle pumps. Try going back and forth at least 20 times. You can also try seated marching, so sitting nice and tall, marching one knee up, back and forth, again 20 times or so. And if you are short enough or you have enough space in your seat, then straightening your knee, bending your knee back and forth, alternating back and forth, again is another great option to try to help with getting fluid moving up and out of the legs and keep things stimulated. And then lastly, ideally, short walks down the aisle and back when possible, or standing and doing some calf raises, marching in place, upright. Those are all things that are also going to be really helpful when it's realistic to do that. Now, hydration is one of the most overlooked things that we should talk about. I know a lot of people intentionally drink less, or maybe unintentionally, when they travel. It's inconvenient, I get that, but dehydration makes the lymphatic system less efficient and more likely to get congested. So I usually tell people to think about hydration as a window, the day before, the day of, and the day after, not just during the flight itself. You don't need to force it, but do try sipping on water throughout these days, especially the days leading up. Don't just skip it entirely. And then positioning is trickier, thinking about things like elevation, because your legs are down more than usual on a standard airplane seat. Although there isn't much to do while on a flight, I do like to have people think about the opportunities they have during that day. So when you're at the gate waiting for the flight, during your layovers, or as soon as you arrive, those are times that ideally you can try to get your legs up at your heart level or above whenever possible. Putting your legs up on your carry-on luggage, laying down when you get to your hotel or your location. All of those things might seem small, but they do add up to help reset or level set the swelling that might be increasing from having them down sitting still all day. So those are the main things that we talk about to help with travel, but there are a lot of small things too that can make a big difference. Thinking about what can you bring with that is small that you can travel with that can help bring swelling down for flare-ups. So think about a lot of people, especially if they're on vacation and they're sightseeing, they're walking a lot more than they're used to, they tend to swell more by the end of the day. We want to think of something that's simple that helps get them back down to help reset that each day. So one thing I always think about are bandages. You can take a few rolls of bandages, tuck them in your suitcase. They don't take up too much space, but they have a big impact of getting swelling back down. So we can bandage over the top of one of those thin profile night garments that we talked about before. Some people, if they have a good supportive sock that supports their skin, they can, for short periods of time, bandage over the top of that. Something, again, that helps bring swelling down, not just maintains it like a compression stocking does. Compression stockings aren't meant to reduce, they're meant to maintain. And so only having those on a trip when you swell up, it's gonna be hard to come back down. Some people also like to travel with a compression pump. Many pumps are considered medical devices, so they don't count towards your carry-on or checked bag limits. You can bring these on additionally. Some companies even make travel cases specifically for this that are great to use as well. And I know everything looks different for each person, and sometimes that's still too much to bring on, but just knowing that you have options can make travel feel less overwhelming. And let's go through a few quick questions that I get asked a lot. So yes, you can go through TSA wearing your compression. That's very common, although I do know that TSA isn't perfect and someone may get pulled aside to question further. But if TSA needs to do this additional screening, usually it's just a quick visual screen or a small pat down, and someone can ask to do this privately if they prefer that. Now, if you're unsure what compression to wear, stick with what you already know works for you, or just check in with your lymphedema therapist and again, make a plan to see what works well for maintaining, but then what you have as a backup to help reduce swelling in a short need. And then for those who are prone to infections, talk to your doctor prior to going to make a plan for any medical issues that might arise, like infections. Also understand the healthcare options that are available to you wherever that you are going or your destination. With a few of my patients, we always have a plan for when they come back to come and see me that week. Usually we'll have appointments set if we know that they're prone to swelling after a trip, so that we can focus on tools and treatment to get them back down as quickly as possible. So we make a plan for them to do some things at home, some things with us, with me, whatever that might be. And often it takes around a week or so to reduce the flares. But I will say right now, the joy, the fun, and the memories that the trip brought them and that they share with me always overshadows the frustration of the swelling. Just know that most travel-related swelling changes are temporary. So although I do know that it looks different for everyone, I hope that's encouraging to you to at least talk to your medical team or your therapist to make a plan so that you don't have to cancel meaningful trips out of fear alone. I don't expect one's routine to be perfect when they're traveling. I just want them to simply do the best with what we have and then go enjoy themselves from there. 1 week of extra lymph care when you return is, to me, small compared to the memories that you can make. So if traveling is important to you, you're allowed to take the trip. I hope this was helpful, or just give a few tips, something to think about. If you're looking for more similar to this, be sure to subscribe down below for more lymphatic focused education. And as always, please be sure to talk to your doctor or your therapist about your specific situation. This is just general education and tips only. Otherwise, thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.